again. Thank you for joining me. Here we're going to start a small painting again. I'm going to start with the sky, kind of like a blue at the top, a darker blue at the top. And we're going to work white in as we go down. And just work that brush back and forth. Kind of making sure it all blends nicely. So I was kind of inspired to do this painting when I was on a walk the other day. Took a picture of some trees and everything, and there's the light shining through. I wanted to try to put on canvas. Here we got our clouds, just kind of dabbing some clouds in there. And now we're going to add our sun. Now this sun's going to be behind some trees, so I'm like watering down some of the white, kind of giving it a glow around the sun. Doesn't have to be perfect, because like I said, it'll be behind trees. And now we're going to start on our distant hills. This is going to be like some greens, browns, and whites. I'm not mixing the paint all the way on the palette. Most of the time I let my colors mix on the canvas. Sometimes I'll touch the tip of the brush onto the white to make kind of like treetops. Just kind of dab it in. And then I'm going to add some browns to like give it a little more depth. Now here we are with some closer trees. I'm going to throw in a little bit of yellow for this. Make them pop a little bit. And again, adding some dark here for depth. Next, we're going to start with some of our grasses. I'm going to be using a long, thin brush. And again, not fully mixing the paints in. And these are going to be our lighter grasses because the sun is shining on them. Now we're going to be putting our trees in. Now I kind of wanted these to be pine trees, but I'm not so sure they actually turned out pine. So just kind of like, branches kind of point up with the pine, so I kind of worked on that. So just kind of working those trees in there. Going to kind of add some of the smaller branches in right there. And then we're going to start with the pines or the leaves. And I started out with a small brush, and I didn't quite like the feel of it. So I started to, I grabbed a flatter brush to kind of like see if the method was better. It kind of worked out a lot better that way. And again, most of my paint blending was done on the canvas. And I'm coming in with like a little bit of darker brown, just kind of like make the trees a little more 3D. Now comes the fun part. We're going to make the sun kind of glow through the trees. And I got a little bit of more white to that sun. And then I'll be taking the same color as, say, the branches and the trunk and making those lighter so it looks like the sun is making them glow. And I'll do the same with the leaves and work out from there until I have the glow that I want. And I just keep moving outward. Now we're starting with our grasses that are a little closer. I'll be adding some darker browns for the shadows behind the trees. And it's not all going to be dark. There's going to be some sun shining through between each tree. So each tree has its own shadow. I'm going to like go in with a little bit of black. Just kind of make the branches pop a little bit. And now it's time for the signature. It's kind of hard to work with when it's a wet paint underneath. And thank you for watching with me.